Hello there guys, today I'm making a quick video, hopefully, about my recovery from mirtazapine, which I'm recovering from now. Apologize for the audio and the video quality. It's not going to be very good because I'm not feeling very well. Well, I'm not feeling good enough to I'm not, I don't have the right headspace to set up things up and stuff. So basically, if you watched my previous videos, you know that I was addicted to benzodiazepines for 5 years. I then got off them, and believe it or not, I actually microdosed at the time, only a little bit, only briefly. But then, so I think that helped me get off it. But basically, I was addicted to benzodiazepines for 5 years. I got off them, then I relapsed about maybe 6 to 8 months later. I relapsed for 6 months, so I was on them for 6 more months. And I managed to get off them in January 2019. And what I probably didn't explain, or maybe I did, I can't remember, but what I maybe didn't explain is that I began being medicated with mirtazapine, which is a sedative antidepressant. It's quite a powerful sedative. And for some reason, I lived my life once I didn't want to end up back on benzos, so I took the mirtazapine every day. And I lived in this sort of stasis, like this sort of, you sort of just survive, you don't really heal, I wasn't healing. I realize that now. But basically now, I'm 7 days off mirtazapine. And the withdrawal wasn't nice. And I'm still having a lot of side effects. Well, some side effects. Some are dying off, but usually I try and avoid making videos when I'm struggling like this, or when I can't think straight, or when I just feel down like this, or whatever. Like, I only make videos when I'm feeling really good, or when I'm feeling kind of okay. I don't like making videos when I feel shit. I don't like making videos when I can't bring some positivity. And that's why I've neglected making this video. But I've realized that it's not about how I feel. It's about what value the video brings to you. And while this video may not bring value to you today, that doesn't mean it won't someday. If I do recover, when I do recover. So for now, like, let me explain. So when I came off benzos, I relied on mirtazapine to get to sleep, and to handle sort of some of the anxiety and stuff and the underlying shit. But I could only do basic things. I wouldn't travel, and I'd hate traveling. I wouldn't travel at all. I traveled once in 3 years. It was only like 10 miles. And I hated it. I closed my eyes half of the way. Yeah, so I still didn't like leaving my house. I'd still have anxiety indoors and stuff, where it would just sort of cripple me. I had like exercise anxiety, so I couldn't work out very well. I could walk, but just all these sort of anxieties and stuff. Crippling anxiety. I could visit the local shop, but I wouldn't like it. I didn't like it. I hated it. But at least when I was on the mirtazapine, I could cope, kind of. Had a basic level of sort of stability. I wasn't getting worse, right? I wasn't relapsing on benzos. I wasn't doing stupid things. It was just like a stability level. So anyway, now I'm 7 days off, and it did have a withdrawal. The opinions on mirtazapine, they're kind of mixed. Like if you go online and you search for like mirtazapine withdrawal, you'll get two different opinions. One is that there is no withdrawal, and the other is that it has the worst withdrawal of like most medications. I've seen people say it's like worse than heroin withdrawal. Probably not, but I mean I wouldn't know, but I do know what benzo withdrawal is like. And I do know that I've had some of the similar symptoms. Of course, when you've gone through benzo withdrawal, you kind of get reminded, right? You kind of kind of, even that alone is enough to sort of, you know, God no, you don't want to go there again. So, yeah, so right now, like, I mean, I won't list all my symptoms because there's just no point, like, nobody cares about that. But, like, yeah, like, I was twitching, like, I was, like, sort of like this, like, you know, just sort of shaking, like, for, like, 3 days. I couldn't sleep for 3 days, like, when I say I couldn't sleep, like, I mean, I couldn't sleep, like, as in, like, there was no sleep, like, my smartwatch said 0 deep sleep. It got to the 3rd day and I said, hell, like, I'm gonna have to do something, so I took diphenhydramine, which is Nytol, just Nytol, and it didn't do anything. So 2-3 hours later I took promethazine, it didn't do anything. So I took another promethazine, still wasn't doing anything, and then for some reason I got up, but like I tried standing up and I just sort of ended up on the floor and I couldn't move. Well, I could, but it was really hard to move. It was like so hard to move. It was like my body, it was like when you've drank, if you've ever drank like 2 or 3 bottles of vodka, it's kind of like that. It's definitely above 1.5. Anyway, it's been a long time since I've done that, but I don't do that anymore. But yeah, it's kind of like that. So I couldn't move. Like I could, but I couldn't stand. I couldn't sit. I couldn't do anything. I was just on the floor. And I remember trying to crawl to the bathroom for some reason. I don't know how I was going to go to the toilet, but I was crawling to the bathroom. And I remember just laying there, and I was like, oh shit, what have I done? You know, maybe I shouldn't have taken the promethazine. But anyway, I managed to crawl back somehow, and I remember just laying there. I don't know how long I laid there for. I had no idea. But I just laid there, and I was like, oh shit, this is it. This is it, I'm gonna die. Like, I'm completely... My mind will not rest. My mind is as if I've had, you know, caffeine or something. It's completely awake, but my body is completely asleep. And I have to watch in complete, like, kind of terror, really. I guess it wasn't quite terror. Well, I think there was acceptance at some point. But, yeah, so that was the worst part of the withdrawal. But once I was past that, and I fell asleep after that for the first time since I'd come off the mirtazapine. So, and I've slowly been improving. It's day 7 now. It's day 8 actually. Well, Day 7. Day 7, day 8, about now. I'm still pretty anxious, still pretty shaky. No, I'm not too shaky actually. But yeah, I'm still pretty anxious. Like, but I think I'm slowly coming back. But yeah, some people say like it has no withdrawal. That's crazy. I guess they get lucky. I guess it depends on how long you use it. So now I'm fighting for real recovery. I'm gonna try and recover without anything. Like when I came off benzos, I thought I was recovering, but I've realized that maybe I wasn't, because I still relied on a pill. I still relied on Mirtazapine as a powerful sedative, and I think it masked the recovery. It kind of, I haven't fully recovered. I think maybe the real recovery will begin now. I'm still on propranolol, but it's a really low dose. Like I'm only on 20 milligrams of propranolol. So I'm gonna try and taper it off. I've been on it for like years though, so probably need to do it slowly. I don't know. But yeah, that's just a blood pressure medication, so it's a really low dose, so I doubt it really has that much of a effect. My intention tomorrow is to begin microdosing. I'm going to microdose mushrooms. And I'm going to do 4 days of microdosing this week, starting in a really low dose. First dose will be like 15 milligrams. Second dose will be like, if I respond well, I'll either do 15 or 20 milligrams. And then either 20 or 25, and then either, probably another 25, and then next week I'll do 3 or 4 days on, or maybe 5 days on, 2 days off. I might do 5 days on, 2 days off, until I gradually increase it to like 50 milligrams or something, or like 100 milligrams maybe, or maybe even past that, maybe 200 milligrams, I'm not sure. And I'm gonna microdose mushrooms for regularly this time. The thing is, when I quit benzos 5 years ago, October 2017 was when I first tried to quit benzos. And I was hospitalized 3 times within a year trying to get off that shit. I mean, I was drinking as well, so that's partly why. But yeah, so it was very difficult. But when I microdosed, because I did try microdosing in 2017 and early 2018. Well, it was more 2017 actually. I tried microdosing a few times, only like 3 or 4 times, but I believe that microdosing was what gave me the support or the strength or something that I needed to get off benzos in the first place. And I've only just realized this, like recently, really recently I've just realized this, and it's absolutely crazy. Like when I quit benzos, I was on them for 5 years. I microdosed, at the time it was LSD, I microdosed a really low dose of LSD. Now there's a whole different story to that of how I did that, and it's kind of fascinating in a way because I did it in a way that I wasn't aware of doing it. Well, I was, but I forgot that I did it. I did it. If you've ever woken up to go to the toilet and you kind of go back to sleep and you forget, it's kind of like that. Like I woke up and I did it because usually I wouldn't have done it, and for some reason I did it for the first time like that, and I went back to sleep. I mean, back then I was tired more, I guess, because I was still on pills. And I remember waking up, and I remember forgetting that I did it, because I forgot I did it. And I woke up, and the world was like more vivid, and it was like a vivid that I hadn't seen in a very, 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 very long time. I didn't connect it at the time, but I was like, wow, I didn't know I could feel like this. I didn't know the world could be like this. I didn't know that the world could be this beautiful. And I maybe did it like once or twice more. And and I and and somehow I got off I got off pregabalin, I got off diazepam for a few months, for 6 months, for longer than 6 months actually. It was a few months longer than that. And during that period of 6 months, there was another time when I microdosed, and I would say that's when I felt the most myself since I was a child. And when I stopped, I didn't really connect it. I don't know how. I don't know why. I didn't connect the dots. But I didn't do it again. And I lost my flat where I was living. I began drinking heavily again. I relapsed on benzos for 6 months, or maybe longer, a little bit longer maybe. And I sort of remembered the stuff that happened, and I was trying to integrate some of the stuff that I learned, but I was still going downhill. And I guess that's because I stopped microdosing. Like if I made it regular or something, or I kept on doing it, or maybe it would have been different. And I realise now that I probably should never have stopped microdosing. I should have probably kept on doing it. So yeah, so after I relapsed on benzos, so I got off benzos. I was on them for 5 years. Got off them in October 2017. Relapsed in sometime in 2018, like sometime maybe, I don't know, like August maybe slightly before. I was filled with so much negative stuff. I was texting my ex-girlfriend just hateful stuff for some reason. I was in a dark place, and I relapsed on benzos again, and I got off them again in January 2019, and that's when I began the mirtazapine, and I stayed on the mirtazapine because I didn't want to go back to that life. To be fair, the mirtazapine kind of gave me some level of stability, maybe it wasn't the drug, maybe it was just what I learned, I don't know, but it gave me some level of stability, maybe, but you can't really, I'm just tired of it. I don't want to live like that. I want to find true recovery. That's why I made the videos I made in the past in the first place. If I didn't intend on finding true recovery, I would have never have uploaded videos to the channel. And it's the most difficult thing I've ever done in my entire life. And I'm sitting here, like, kind of holding on, to this bed, kind of as if it's moving or something, because I'm that anxious. And so I have a long way to go, but I can't really walk around without feeling dizzy or, whatever. I'm nauseous in the morning still, like, apparently that's the mirtazapine. It'd probably be a little while before I really recover, but I have to stop talking because it's kind of screwing my head up. Um, I'm sorry. I've lost track of what I was talking about. So tomorrow I begin microdosing. And this time I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep on doing it regularly for as long as I need to, and I'm just going to keep on doing it. And not make the same mistake as last time where I stopped doing it. And then I lost it all. I lost all the sort of progress I made. Because I feel like now, like, I didn't connect the dots before, like, I connected it now, like, the microdosing was helping me, and if I didn't stop, I wouldn't have wasted 3 years of my life on mirtazapine, and on just sort of staying, like, at a really sort of basic sort of level of medicated stability sort of thing, um, where I wasn't really recovering from the actual problem. So tomorrow I begin. I'm 7 days clean now of the I'm 7 days off the mirtazapine, and the microdosing begins tomorrow. And with any luck, this time I'm gonna make a real recovery, and hopefully one day this video, maybe if things work out, maybe this video will be of value. It's probably not even worth watching today. There's no point in watching this video today. It'll mean nothing. But one day, people might be able to look back and say, hey, oh my god, he actually fucking did it. Holy shit. Anyway, good luck.